about books, lifestyle, and wellness on the internet. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. I am glad to have you. If you're returning back, thank you. So today I'm going to be filming a used book haul. I have about, I think maybe 13 books here. If you want to see the books I picked, stay tuned, coming your way. So the first book I have is More by Austin Clarke, and the reason I picked this book was because a couple years ago I read his book called The Polished Whole. So the book was basically written in Patois, which is a Caribbean dialect. If I'm wrong, correct me. But yeah, that book was very I enjoyed the book, and I actually need to reread it. Actually, interesting name, The Polished Whole. So it's about like an actual polished whole and an actual polished whole. The girls that get it. The girls that don't. Period. It's about a Caribbean woman who immigrated to Canada and then had a child, and so far I really enjoy it. It's talking about racism, it's about depression. She ends up liking a woman, and yeah, so far so good. I plan on continuing it. It was kind of getting me sad, so I stopped because my mental health is worth it. So that's the first book I got because I read his other book. The second book I got was Sons and Lovers by D.H. Lawrence. And to be very honest with you guys, yeah, I bought this book because number one, it looks very like vintage, and like, look how like, I don't know, I just liked it. I actually like secondhand books, and whoever read these books before, I really applaud them, because as you see, almost all the books are in like mint condition. Could never be me. Guys, when I read my books, I read my books. That doesn't mean my books are like torn, but like, you can see evidence that I've read the book. So the second book that I picked up was Sons and Lovers by D.H. Lawrence, because Sons and Lovers. And I feel like D.H. Lawrence I feel like I've read their work before. They sound like a man, a dead white man, but oh well. The third book I picked up, this one I'm really excited about. This I feel was hugely because of Bookstagram. And I already read this actually. I was talking to this guy. I asked him his favorite shows, and he told me Little Fires Everywhere. I think it's on Amazon Prime. I'm not sure. I know it's on Netflix, so I checked. But he likes this show, and I have the book. So I read the book, and I liked the book, and I plan on watching the show. But this was a really good book. I liked it. I enjoyed it. So it's Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. Yeah, read it. This book I have is A Good Man is Hard to Find by Flannery O'Connor. And again, the reason I picked this book, I feel, is because I probably took a class in uni, and I feel like this is like a, what do they call them people? Classic. It's a classic American writer. And I think she's a woman. So I started, it's a collection of short stories too. I started the first story, and I feel like I've definitely read that story before. It was given a bit of racism, but I'll finish it before I make my final thoughts. But guys, look how cute this book is. Like, it's old, and it's like, and it's still in like really good condition. I feel like even if I don't read this book, I just like the size. I like how cute it is. So this book is called Appointment in Samara by John O'Hara. Also sounds like a classic dead white guy name that might be good, might not be good. So I picked it up because it's cute, and it was also kind of cheap. So these books, I don't think anything here was up to $8. That's how, guys, buy used books. Buy used books. I know it's harder, especially if you want to read like new releases, but like, buy used books. They're cheap. Well, cheaper. They're cheaper. You find like gems. Oh my god, guys. So another point why you should buy used books. So in one of the books, I found folded a receipt for someone's doctor appointment from January 28, 2010. We're currently in 2022. So this was like 12 years ago, and it's like I'm not going to use it for anything, but I just feel like we share a history. It's also in Toronto, and I'm like, do I want to be weird and like, because her address is here, should I like mail her and be like, oh, I found your receipt in this book, and the book that I found the receipt in is in this one, and it's like in mint condition. So I could just be like, oh, you know, something borrowed, something that was yours is now mine. Guys, that's the way I think. But I just thought it really cute. And yeah, I'm gonna keep this receipt forever, obviously. Meant to be. My next book is Isabel Allende. So the first book I read of hers, actually I think I might have that book here. I swear this wasn't planned, but the first book I read of Isabel Allende was, guys, see, this is what I mean. Okay, this is a bad example because something actually happened to this book. But this is what I mean when I say that. When I read books, I read books. This is a bad example because I'm not this bad. Like, it doesn't, like, no, I'm not this bad. Something actually happened. But usually you can tell that I've read a book because, especially if I like the book, like I use pencil, I fold the pages, I enjoy the book. Basically. So this was the first Isabel Allende book that I read and I loved. So I basically bought it because I've read a couple. Oh, actually, I also have another one. Wow. I also have another one, Isabel Allende, that I liked. I liked that one more than this one, but this one's also a really good story. This one is called Portrait in Sepia, and it's about a woman in 19th century Chile that was raised by her grandmother, and she grows up in a privileged environment, but she's tormented by horrible nightmares. If Isabel writes it, I'm gonna read it. Nadine Godimer, she's a South African writer, and the name of this book is A World of Strangers. So, funny story about Nadine, I found out about her randomly in uni. My university bookstore had a sale, excuse me, and I saw like this huge book for like $10, and it was a memoir. And I usually am not drawn to memoirs. So this is the Nadine, my first Nadine Godimer book. As you can see, it's huge, and I still haven't finished it. Like, I'm probably, oh, see, this is why you always fold your books, because I can tell where I am. This is where I am. So I still have this to read, but like, she's a very interesting woman, and I really admire her writing. So I haven't read any of her fiction work. So this was her first book that I picked, and it was a memoir. So I basically got into like all of her life without even knowing her work as a writer. So the next book I have is Selected Stories by Alice Munro, and I bought it because I thought the cover was weird but also cool. Like, guys, this is a used book. Like, do you see this? Anyway, so this book I bought it because it says it was the winner of the Booker Prize, and Alice Munro sounds very familiar, so I bought it. The next book is another Nadine Godimer book, and it's called None to Accompany Me. And yeah, same reason I bought it. This one was $6.99. Like, I'm gonna read it. I don't know when I'm gonna read all these books. The next book, I'm really excited about this one. It's a biography by Walter Dean Myers, but it's about Malcolm X, and it's By Any Means Necessary. So I read the autobiography of Malcolm X last summer. I didn't finish it. I only have like a couple pages to go, and I found him like very interesting, and I think he was a very smart man, basically. So I'm excited to read more, and God, he's beautiful. Lord Jesus, he's fine. Like, y'all, like, when I was reading I feel like wrong priorities, because I was reading about dark stuff, but I was just like, I googled pictures of him, and I was just like, damn, bro, like, you fine, like, hi. My next book that I picked is basically a textbook. It's called The Art of Short Fiction, and it's basically a collection of short stories, and I absolutely love it. I think it's from around the world, or it's supposed to be international. The reason I bought this book was because, number one, it's $11.99. Number two, I actually used this book as one of the course texts in my English class that I took. The way I'm talking, you think I actually studied English. Guys, I graduated with kinesiology and health science. I am not. I'm a science major, but for my electives, I took a lot of like English courses and health equity and all that kind of stuff. My next book is another Nadine Godimer, and Jump and Other Stories. And I love Nadine. Well, love is a strong word. I like her work. And lastly, I got The Courage to Write by Ralph Keyes, because yeah, I be scared, y'all. I be scared. These are all the books I got. I hope you guys liked watching this. I loved making this. So if you like videos like this, or you'd like me to make more content that's like this, do let me know. I one day will read all these books. If there's any video you'd like regarding books, or if you have any of the books, or you want to see a review from when I read any of the books, leave a comment below. Why do I always sing song? Anywho, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here and just like spending time with me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I actually want to know who's watching. It's kind of, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.